very apparent that XRP is not a security of Ripple. Ripple will not be the reason that XRP appreciates. They will benefit immensely when it happens, but they themselves cannot be what causes appreciation for XRP. And that's why the domino theory and everything that I've been talking about is plausible and why it makes the most sense. If it was predicated on Ripple's business activity, and that's what caused the appreciation of XRP in particular, it would be a security of Ripple, hands down. Like it would meet all the prongs of the Howey test. It cannot be because of them. It needs to be because of R3 and SBI and BlackRock and Evernorth and other institutions driving liquidity into XRP, causing a supply shock on the open market, driving it to a level where institutions and enterprises and Ripple also would be able to use it to settle value. And then also at a high stable value, all those institutions would be happy with holding it on their balance sheet, which currently it's too volatile. It doesn't have enough liquidity. It doesn't meet the parameters and risk requirements that these institutions have to hold it on their balance sheet and use it. But when it is a high stable price, it will then meet that criteria. So I know people are beat up, and like I said, nobody is immune to human emotion. And looking at it through a very logical lens, it would make very reasonable sense that it should be predicated on Ripple's efforts. But it's not. It cannot be, because XRP cannot be a security of Ripple if it is going to be adopted globally as an asset that has zero counterparty risk. They don't control, they do control some of the distribution onto the market that comes out every single month. They have the billions that gets unlocked on the first of the month for the escrow, and they normally sell 300 million onto the market, and then they re-escrow a large portion of that, and that does fund their business. They sell the XRP to continue to aggregate cash and make the acquisitions that they're doing and fund their business in the short term. But a large portion of their revenue comes outside of XRP sales. They have a $50 billion valuation in the open market, predicated on all the business that they do have with counterparties and banks and the acquisitions they've made over the last year.